In the headlines, a case against Roseau North MP Danny Luge dismissed for want of prosecution. A former junior Calypso monarch among 3 newcomers to compete in the big leagues for 2016. And 3 Carnival Queen contestants launched. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News. Details coming up.
Inquire about our payment options today. Visit our website at beacon.co.tt to find out about our B-Content insurance plan.
First up, Magistrate Bernard Paquette has dismissed a matter involving Roseau North MP Danny Luge for want of prosecution.
United Workers' Party UWP member for Parliament Danny Luge was arrested and charged in July 2014 with inciting the murder of attorney Alec Lawrence SC, arising from statement which he made at a UWP political meeting in Soufriere. He was granted bail in the sum of 8,000 EC. He was arrested and charged 2 weeks after stating at the meeting on July 3 that there are some people who deserve to die for keeping Dominica back. 1 week after making the statements, Luge apologized. But on Monday, the Trinidadian lawyer Gilbert Peterson SC, who the state hired to prosecute, was absent. Director of Public Prosecutions Evelina Baptiste told the court that she did not have conduct of the matter and did not know the whereabouts of Peterson. She asked the court to grant an adjournment. Danny Luge spoke to reporters outside court on Monday.
Well, all praise and thanks to God, but I think I have an excellent legal team. David Bruni, Joshua Francis, Cara Shillingford, they really gave their best to me. And then to my political leader and rank and file of my party, the supporters on the ground, they were very supportive all throughout. So I just want to thank the Dominican people, and I'm elated at the results at the court.
Channel 5 News spoke with Senior Counsel Anthony Astafan, who was a witness in the case.
Well, Maurice, all I can tell you is that the virtual complainant, Mr. Alec Lawrence, was present. I was summoned as a witness. I was present. There were 2 or 3 other witnesses. I believe they were all police officers who were present. There seemed to have been some confusion taking place as to who was responsible for what. In terms of the prosecution, the sergeant cadet was quite clear that he is not holding the prosecution brief. Inspector Loda, I think, came afterwards to try to sort it out. It had been stood down for 2-3 times this morning. The magistrate made it clear that from the last adjournment, it was a final adjournment to facilitate the presence of senior counsel from Trinidad to prosecute. There was also no disclosure. When it was being adjourned or stood down until 12, I asked the magistrate permission to be excused because it didn't seem as if they would get to me today if it started, and the next thing I knew, they struck out for want of prosecution. I'm speaking as a witness. I was a little surprised at the confusion, the uncertainty, and I suppose the embarrassment. I don't really understand what fully happened there. And perhaps somebody else, either from the DPP or the Attorney General's office, will have to give you a better explanation than that. But the prosecution, the virtual complainant, and the prosecution's witnesses were all present. The police officers were present, but obviously arrangements were made, and it was adjourned from the last occasion to facilitate counsel from Trinidad, and somebody's going to have to explain why he was not present in court today.
A former junior Calypso monarch is among 3 newcomers to the big leagues for 2016. Janae Jackson, with her rendition My Love, My Country, moved past the eliminations round. Jill Dorset, lead singer of the Lucas Band, with his song Caribbean Paradise, and Raheem singing Mother Henderson are the other newcomers to battle it out against the veteran Calypsonians. The 9 others who saw success after Saturday night's show are Checo, Benno, Hardline, Psy, Shadow Flow, Soulpuss, The Web, Peter Prosper, and Checo. The 3 placed on reserve are Earl White Jr., Charis D, and The Oxygen. 75 individuals participated in the eliminations over the weekend. The quarterfinal will be held on the 9th of January 2016. A former Calypso monarch could make a comeback to the national Calypso scene after more than a decade.
The Calypso quarterfinal is on January 9, where 32 Calypsonians are expected to compete against each other, but one Calypsonian will likely be added to that lineup once he is confirmed. The Dominica Calypso Association will decide on the possible return of veteran Calypsonian Tronada to contest the Calypso quarterfinal.
This year, the Wizard and Tronada expressed interest in taking part in the competition, so we had already decided to facilitate them. This morning, I got word from Wizard. I guess that he heard it on the news because I spoke on the news with Curtis Matthew on DBS News, and I spoke about it, so he must have heard the news, and then he contacted me to inform me that he really had interest in taking part this year. However, because of his job situation, that he is unable to come down, so we can write him off for this year. So we have not gotten word from Tronada yet, so the possibility of Tronada taking part in the quarterfinals is still on.
The last time Keith Tronada Ito contested the competition was in 2003 when he made it up to semi-final. He made history in Dominica Calypso in 1981 as one of the youngest to win the Calypso Monarch. His entry on the local Calypso scene dates back to 1980. Victor says the Calypso Association has allowed Tronada a pass to quarterfinal before, when he was unable to vie in the elimination round.
The Calypso Association has put a rule in place a number of years ago that once you are a Calypso monarch and you are living outside of Dominica and you have interest in taking part in the competition and you are unable to take part in the elimination for whatever reason, then we give you an opportunity to start at the quarterfinals. Actually, it started with Tronada, but that's a number of years ago. And Scrunta at one time, Scrunta used to reside at one time in St. Thomas, and because of his work schedule, he was unable to come. Also, Singing Sandy, we did it for her.
Tronada is currently based in Maryland. He still performs at overseas gigs.
Oh, them people try to put me on the street. Yes, them people try to make me beg to eat, but no, I won't sit in the train. Oh, I know my goals and aims, I'll strive to raise.
The journey to the Miss Dominica throne intensifies for the 2016 contestants, as 3 of them will launch in their communities on Sunday. The first village launching of a Carnival Queen contestant for 2016 took place in Grand Bay, where Brittany Pharaoh was formally presented to her community. Pharaoh has promised to regain victory for Grand Bay, following in the footsteps of Francine Barron, who won the crown in 2014.
Ever since the humble age of 9, I have dreamt of being and earning the title of Miss Dominica. Throughout my journey to the throne, I will be promoting this: rising above the circumstances around you. I know that poverty, lack of confidence, lack of self-motivation, abuse, and discrimination exist in the lives of many of us. However, you should never underestimate the power of your vision to change the world.
Nawana Shillingford of Lubia and Tasia Flozak were also launched in the Rosa South constituency. Shillingford's platform is environmental conservation.
I imagine a Dominica operating at its peak, thriving in ecotourism and self-sustainability. This is the motive behind my stance here today, since I intend to use this pageant as an avenue to become an ambassador to the United Nations in the field of environmental law, so that I can be involved in the preservation of Dominica's natural beauty and ensure we remain the nature isle of the Caribbean.
Meantime, Flozak, who's representing both Atkinson and Castle Comfort, was presented at the Harlem Plaza.
My platform is embracing the role of the extended family in building a resilient society. I was raised in an extended home while my mom was studying. I think many of us can relate to being raised by our grandparents or extended family. Too often we think of a perfect family structure as a mother, a father, and a child. And I think it's only right that we acknowledge that our grandparents and extended family do play an important role in our upbringing, and they have made me the person I am today.
Opposition parliamentarian Joshua Francis has challenged Miss Dominica 2016 hopefuls to advocate against abuse of women and children. Francis, the parliamentary representative for Roseau South, spoke at the launching of Miss Dominica contestant Tasia Flozak.
They are ambassadors to our young ladies, many of them who fall prey to sexual abuse. And I'm sure all the contestants are sensitive towards that social demon which has enveloped certain parts of our country. And I'm hoping that throughout the season, they will serve as ambassadors to continue to enlighten and educate the nation on the importance of protection of children, improving the status of our children, improving the relationships between men and women, improving parenting, improving the environment for our women as we continue to make Dominica a place where every lady feels comfortable to aspire to achieve the best.
Coming up, one family tries to make sense of an untimely death on the weekend. Thank you for staying with us. Increased participation for Carnival Celebrations 2016. Director of Discover Dominica Authority made the appeal when he addressed the launching of the Triple K International T-shirt band over the weekend. Triple K was commended for the early launching of its T-shirt band as a form of encouraging more people to join the Carnival celebrations.
We normally have about 3,000 to 5,000 people that come to the island for Carnival the week before, and the first thing we want to do is make sure that they come, make sure they know that Dominica is open for business. So I consider that's the first thing that Discover Dominica would like to do, make sure that we have a good turnout for Carnival. Secondly, to encourage people to participate when they come. But certainly I want to applaud the band for continuing to be present in Carnival, continuing to be organized and encouraging people to participate.
The band, in keeping with the vision of increasing participation for the Carnival season, is targeting 2,000 people for its T-shirt band.
We tried this year for us to have this launching very early so people can start to plan. We all know how things are in the economy right now, and we do not want it to be a situation of last minute where you have to find money for you to join a band and whatever it is. If you want to come and pay in installments, so give us, that is also an option that will be open to all of us, right? So we're trying to make it easy. We're trying to continue to raise the bar in terms of the event. We will not be having any more than 2,000 people in the band, so there's a cutoff amount definitely that we will have, and that cutoff amount is 2,000. No more than that, because then it becomes uncontrollable.
Secret Bay and Now for Now are the two segments of Triple K International's T-shirt band for Carnival 2016. The brother of the late Julian George says the nature of his brother's death disturbs him. Police are investigating the situation surrounding the death of Julian George, 57 years, of Portersville. Lorian Graham Carter has that story.
George was found in a crouching position with one end of an electrical cord tied around his neck and the other end secured to an exposed steel rod from the concrete roof of the apartment where he lived. Simpson George discovered his younger brother's body.
I almost fall. He's a very loving guy, very nice and humbled, and I just couldn't understand what has propelled him to do that sort of business. I do not know what propelled him to do that, you know, and I just don't know, and I couldn't understand myself at all. It's the first time I'm seeing that sort of thing And first of all, the nature of that death is disturbing to me. It's confusing and it's frustrating.
George says over 30 years ago, his brother was involved in a motorcycle accident that left him unconscious for over a month. He says just before Erica, his brother started getting sick again.
About a month or two before the storm, he fell sick, and he was admitted to the hospital. The doctor report says that it is that he had suffered with that is growing on him and so on.
George says as a result of the illness, his brother was forced to quit his job and was in the process of finalizing medical reports to submit to Social Security. The eldest brother says the Saturday night his brother came to him just before he went out to get his supper.
Most probably he heard when I go, because you can hear when I bathe and lock my door when I dress to go. And my sister was after me on our way to church, and that's the opportunity he probably took to do that. That's all I know. When I came out to service, opening the gate, come in, I going to call him for us to make the breakfast. I seen the man hanging there way. Child, I couldn't understand myself up till now.
Julian George was the fourth son among 6 siblings.
In more police news, police are investigating an attack on 2 Chinese nationals who were reported to have been robbed of an unspecified amount of money.
The Chinese were attacked late Friday afternoon at the Fonkole industrial site by 2 armed individuals wearing masks. Meantime, a Jurodale man has been charged with grievous bodily harm for wounding another man from Bath Estate. On Wednesday, the 2nd of December, about 12:30 p.m. in Portersville, Dillon Theophile allegedly wounded Delroy Samuel. Samuel was attended to at the Accident and Emergency Department of the Princess Margaret Hospital.
And disadvantaged children from the community of Paybush can now reap the benefits of a new financial initiative. That's the aim of the recently launched Testimonial Preschool Scholarship Fund. The fund was officially initiated as part of the preschool's 25th anniversary celebrations over the weekend.
Because there are times when we had to dig into our little financial resources so that we could accommodate many of the parents who could not afford. And so far we have been doing it, extending a scholarship to 1 parent or 1 student. But we want to go even further than that and to extend more scholarship and give more scholarship to some of the needy students in our community and environment.
Despite the school's many achievements over the past 25 years, obstacles still exist in creating a better environment for the pupils.
Faced with many challenges, to include provision of a playground, provision of a much child-friendly environment, upgrading of toilet facilities, constructing of kitchen cupboards, refurbishment of kitchen equipment such as a stove and others.
The preschool was commended for its continued contribution to the educational development of young ones in the community.
The government of Dominica has been providing support to this preschool and actually to every preschool in Dominica. It is undisputed that this is the government that has provided support to early childhood, not only financially, but technical support, advice, training, monitoring, and to ensure that our young ones who are going to be the men and women of tomorrow, the leaders of tomorrow, can function as productive citizens.
Several individuals were awarded for their contribution towards the Testimonial Preschool. The institution operates under the motto, Education for Now and Later. Sports highlights next with Kenny Williams.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. In the fourth round of regional four-day cricket, Windward's Volcanoes suffered a heavy defeat to Barbados Pride by 181 runs on Monday. Batting first, Barbados scored 296. Bowling for Volcanoes, Liam Sebastian took 4 wickets for 68 runs, while Shane Chillingford supported with 3 for 94. Windward replied with 179, with captain Liam Sebastian top scoring 47, and Bob 4 not out. Barbados enjoyed a lead of 117 runs on first innings, scored 261 for 7 wickets declared in the second innings. Shane Chillingford picked up 3 for 76. Set 379 for victory in the second innings, Volcanoes struggled to reach 179 all out. Tyrone Theophile top scored with 47 runs for Volcanoes. Volcanoes now has 3 losses and a win in the regional competition. Still in regional four-day cricket, Jamaica defeated Leeward Island Hurricanes by 3 wickets. Leeward Islands 164 and 228, while Jamaica 243 and 150 for 7. Still in cricket, West Indies suffered a heavy defeat to Cricket Australia 11 by 10 wickets over the weekend ahead of their first test against Australia starting Wednesday. At the end of the match, West Indies 243 and 210, Cricket Australia 11, 444 and 13 without loss. West Indies will need to buck up on performance if they are to stand a chance against Australia. In some more cricket, Ashwin destroyed the South African batting lineup, picking up 5 wickets for 61 runs in the second innings as India defeated South Africa by 337 runs in their 4th test on Monday to win the series 3-0. India batted first to score 334 with Rahane scoring 127 and Ashwin 56. Bowling for South Africa, Abbott picked up 5 for 40. South Africa replied with 121 all out. A.B. de Villiers top scored with 42. For India, Jadeja picked up 5 for 30. In the second innings, India scored 267 with Rahane top scoring 100 and Kohil 88. Morkel took 3 for 51, chasing an unlikely target of 480. South Africa could only reach 143 all out in the second innings. Only de Villiers showed resistance with 43 for South Africa. The scores at the end of the match: India 334 and 267 for 5 declared, and South Africa 121 and 143. Moving on to football. League leaders Jubila Football Club suffered their first defeat in round 2 of the DFA Flow Premier League over the weekend. Gerald George has this report.
On Saturday, Caribbean Cool Harlem United hammered Malta India Icons Football Club 7-1 in the first match of a doubleheader. Odell Francis and Terrell Grell each found the back of the nets twice for Harlem, with Errol Blaise, Tristan Alfred and Devante Wenham scoring 1 each. In the second match of the night, Baffin State Football Club defeated Sideman Middleham United 2-0. On Sundays, Sajiko Southeast defeated Northern Concrete and Steel Bombers 3-0 in the first match of another doubleheader. Wayne Phillip found the back of the nets twice for Southeast, with Jocelyn Prince scoring 1. And in the featured match of the weekend, league leaders Jubila Football Club 7-match winning streak came to an end when they went down by 3-1 against defending champions Kyrie FM Exodus Football Club. Delon Carlisle, Delbert Daly and Kelrick Walter scored for Exodus. Chad Bertrand scored for Jubila.
Meantime, Channel 5 Sports spoke with the captain of the Exodus team.
Well, we decided that Jubila, for the season, have been coming back from not taking the lead, and we decided that we were just going to go at them, just run at them, not making them build their confidence in the game, and that's what was our game plan. Just keep going at them no matter what, even if we don't, just keep running at them.
And finally, in rounders matches played on Sunday, AGS Dynamic Stars crushed Dubique Strikers by 309 runs, gathering 640 for 4. Dubique recorded 331 all out. Dumsetco Stars defeated Seco Rising Stars by 4 wickets to score 312 for 7, while Seco Rising Stars were all out for 306. Vikings Reformers secured a win against Loda Lake Stars to score 330. Loda ended on 317. St. Joe Phoenix hammered Tremors by 84 runs to score 340. Tremors could only amass 256. Defending champions Stowe & Co Hard-Hitters lost to Maxroy Conquerors by 1 wicket. The scores at full time: Hard-Hitters 294 for 8, Conquerors 298 for 10. That's all the sports for now. I am Kenny Williams. Join us next time.
Your weather report is next.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. Earlier satellite imagery showed just a few low-level clouds moving across the islands in association with a high-pressure system. Across Dominica, occasional cloudy skies was observed today, with radar imagery indicating just a few scattered showers across the island. Tonight's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with a few scattered showers, with similar conditions expected into tomorrow. Sea conditions are expected to be moderate in open water, with waves peaking near 8 feet. For the next 3 days, expect occasional cloudy skies and scattered showers across Dominica. For the remainder of the Caribbean, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers can be expected into tomorrow. On the international cities forecast, mostly cloudy skies in New York, the chance of rain in Miami, London, and Beijing, with clear skies in Caracas. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6:20 a.m. and set at 5:35 p.m. For additional information, feel free to contact us at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Thank you for viewing and have a good night.
That's news. The headlines again. A case against Roseau North MP Danny Luge dismissed for want of prosecution. A former junior Calypso monarch among 3 newcomers to compete in the big leagues for 2016. And 3 Carnival Queen contestants launched. Email us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube page. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.